Hey Strikers, this is SF and it's time for another monster review. This time is the new Transcension of Athos. All the stats are on the right side of the screen, so I'm not going to run them down. You can look there. But the main point about Athos is that he is both attacker and a support. And usually most people don't like these kind of combinations, but I think it's not that bad. Just because he can do both ways depending on what team you're running and in terms of what kind of dungeon it is. Okay, and I'm using him in Medusa. So I think he's not bad because of the weak point slayer. You know, when his laser hits a weak point, then it'll deal more damage because the weak point slayer is on the base ability and not the gauge ability. So it procs the bump combo damage. So that's always good for bosses and things with weak points in them. I think like Brutus is a really good one just because it is a no damage wall dungeon if I remember correctly. But the laser will lock on into those weak points and deal and probably one shot them from the looks of it, depending on especially how easy it is to one shot with Pierce monsters. I think with the weak point slayer and the laser, it's going to be really fun. I want to try that sometime in the future, but probably not in the impossible thing that I always do with monsters that I review, because Brutus is not coming up anytime soon. Probably, but I haven't checked the schedule. Either way, like I said in the beginning, it really depends on what monsters you have on your team. For example, on this team, it's kind of like a farm team type of thing, and usually he is an attacker. He's more of a carry when you're using teams like this on for max lucking or max luck farming. If you're just going for clears and stuff, then he might be a support depending on what you have. So for instance, if it's a no damage wall dungeon, then you have a Himiko in there or a Mana in there, then Athos will be more of a support monster with the speed up. Because Himiko's strike shot is really strong with the speed up, gets more enemies for her chain meteor and things like that. If you're going for Mana, of course, Mana is just a heaping load of damage with her bump combo, so more support of that, and you don't really have to worry about the speed up repositioning her that much because her that laser just hit the weak point and that did a lot of damage. And Mana doesn't really require positioning that much, so the speed up doesn't really affect her that much. But if you're going for things like Walpurgis, who is also a no damage wall monster, then Athos is more of a carry than a support. Although his speed up will help out Walpurgis in the delay department, delay strike shot department, but your main damage source will be Athos' laser. And I think if it's a no warp dungeon, he is more of a support depending. So for instance, if it's Hanzo, then he's more of a support than a carry, because you'll be using Hanzo's strike shot a lot and the speed up really helps out in the damage department on that part. Although their bump combo damage is pretty much the same, it's more of Hanzo deals more on mobs, whereas Athos deals more on bosses or single target. If you're going for Brahma, then he is more of a carry. I think even though Brahma has the Wood Slayer, I think Athos is a better carry in the for the most part. Just because the point of Brahma is the nuke at the end, and Athos is all about leading up to that nuke. So that's why I think Brahma is a finisher, so kind of like a support. I wouldn't say like a full support or anything, but more of a complementary monster for Athos, just to get that nuke at the end, and Athos clears everything before it. And Brahma also has the blast bump to proc bump combos for Athos and stuff, so that's always nice. well, the no warp monsters out there. Not much in terms of the really top ones, and the good part about Athos is that he stays away from the no gravity barrier monsters like Sanada and Beethoven and Hanzo, so he won't be drowned out that much with all those powerful no gravity barrier monsters. I'm just going to Shinpachi Strike Shot just because. And let's go Strike Shot, and the Strike Shot is the same as Plum Strike Shot. Every time you bounce off a monster, it will deal damage and it will shoot a laser every time you bounce, and the laser will also proc the weak point Slayer, so that's why I did that, and just hit the weak point with the laser. That's a lot of damage, and he could have kept going, which is pretty crazy. And if you're bringing multiple Athos, the speed up from each other will help each other to deal more damage that way. And I'm just going to go Strike Shot crazy. Okay, last but not least is this Athos. I'm going to go up and down for this one just because I want to hit the other Athos at the left side. Nice, nice, nice. More. There we go. OP, that's 2.2, and it could have kept going. So that is pretty crazy for Athos. Good for mob clearing, not much for single target damage unless you're bringing speed ups and other support monsters in there. But Athos is a very strong monster. 2 null abilities, weak point Slayer, powerful bump combo, and a support bump combo. Strike Shot, it really depends on how you use it. So kind of an iffy for some people, but a very strong monster indeed. So he does have good strengths, but the weakness is that he kind of dabs in both parts of the spectrum, which is not always great for some players, especially for players that just want niche powerful monsters for just for damage and farming stuff, and not good for like not good for dungeons that are really specific in stuff. Good versatility, but just not that niche for like those colossals and stuff. But that's pretty much it for me. Hope you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. Thank you for watching my video. If you want to see more of my videos, then be sure to click the annotation in the middle, and I also have a special discount code for you on JapanCodeSupply if you want to buy some Japanese gift cards, including iTunes cards. Thank you, and hope to see you guys next time. Bye bye.